All right, thanks for staying with us. It's still WSTV, Sports Spring on WSTV. My name is Joseph Atewe. We've been giving you stories, making the headlines in the world of sport. Like I said earlier, we'll be traveling back to Lagos, but this time a different location. I want to believe that Oluwarotimi Ogumokun is not at the University of Lagos. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you so much, Joseph. I'm really glad to be part of the show once again.
All right, thank you once again. Let's move straight to business. We know matches will be played this weekend. But first, I must give you kudos for last weekend. Your predictions, you got 75%. Based on our rankings, you got 75% compared to your debut, where you got 60. Hopefully this time around it will be good. So I'll look at some of the games and I'll get your analysis from that. And I'll start with one of the biggest in England. Many say Tottenham, Chelsea, but I said Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield because Liverpool are having crisis at the moment. Unai Emery is on fire. He's been nominated for the Coach of the Month. Of course, we should be expecting an explosive game.
Yes, at Anfield, so don't forget that the game will be happening at Anfield, and we know how really powerful Liverpool can be at Anfield. However, we should not remove the context of form. Liverpool are in a really, really terrible, I can't even call it bad. I think the right word to use is terrible, in a terrible form, and it's not looking good. And it's not even looking like they will bounce back anytime soon. And so this Aston Villa game could have come later in the season for them, but somehow it just happens now. And I think Arne Slot will be looking to revive himself. At the same time, Unai Emery, having won the Premier League Manager of the Month, means that having been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month means that, you know, he's been doing really well. And I just think that they might do something against Liverpool.
We all believe in God, and I like that prayer they say that God, please make it happen for me, make it rain for me. You know, don't put me to shame in front of my enemies. That's the case of Manchester United because, I mean, who would have thought the way they bounced back this season, God is answering their prayers. So Manchester United is going to the City ground to take on Nottingham Forest. And based on the way they've played this season, the positive results they've gotten so far, Manchester United, Nottingham, where are you pitching your tents?
Well, when you said who would have thought, in my mind I was like, I would have thought, because I remember I said it last time on the show that I think that Manchester United will beat Brighton, and it happened that Manchester United beat Brighton, and I'm saying again that I really feel like Manchester United are going to beat Nottingham Forest, and it's not because of anything. Before the beginning of the season, I was talking to the GCF community, telling them that look, Manchester United can really be a dark horse. But one thing is missing out of their squad, which they've still not solved. So I don't see Nottingham Forest, who is only getting themselves together with the new signing of the manager, Sean Dyche. So I think that Manchester United will defeat Nottingham Forest, even though they are playing away from home.
All right, I agree with you.
Yeah, you have to consider that Manchester United are now getting into form. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so let's quickly look at Tottenham. At the new Tottenham Stadium, the loss during the course of the week in a cup game, but they take on Chelsea. Do we say Chelsea a depleted side going to the new Tottenham Stadium? Because this game looks very tricky.
Yeah, well, for Tottenham, Chelsea are going through a really bad patch right now, which is very unfortunate. I don't think anybody saw it coming so soon. Probably I felt like he was still going to come, but right now, I did not think that it was going to happen so soon, and they've been having problems with red cards, maybe a bit of indiscipline or harsh judgments by from the referees. But I think Tottenham is going to actually do something on them. Maybe it's like a 2-1 game.
Okay, let's talk about the smoking guns, the boys of the moment, as they will say in the local dialect. And I'm talking about Arsenal here, but this time they are away to Burnley. They need to be careful.
Yes, so quickly, I want to point out that the Burnley game might not be as easy as or as straightforward as a lot of people anticipate it to be. And the reason is just because, you know, when I checked, because I usually do like a pre-match preparation to know what to expect in matches. When I checked for Burnley, Burnley had 100 points in the championship last season, but somehow it's not reflecting in their Premier League standing this season, which means that there is a big contrast in the quality of the league. However, you cannot deny Arsenal's inevitability. Arsenal right now is almost undefeatable. I think that Arsenal will triumph over Burnley, but at the same time, I'm not expecting such a large margin of win. especially considering that we are playing away from home, and then Scott Parker is somebody that I really like.
Yeah, and of course with the way Burnley, they want to stay in the Premier League, they want to remain in the Premier League, they'll do everything possible, yes, to get something out of Arsenal. Quickly before we move to other leagues, Manchester City at the Etihad, should we say it's going to be a straightforward game for Manchester City against Bournemouth?
It's a dicey game because Bournemouth right now, I don't know. When you check the Premier League table right now is a very funny look. Bournemouth is second on the table with 18 points, which is really, really interesting. I think that they are going to cause Manchester City a lot of troubles, and I still feel like Manchester City are not yet there yet. They are still trying to get their stride together. So we might be looking at a draw or maybe a Bournemouth upset. Well,
I'm sure Arsenal fans will be excited if it ends in a draw. They'll be excited. Just before we move to Spain quickly, because we have less than 10 minutes to say our buys on the show this morning, West Ham United will be taking on Newcastle at the Olympic Stadium. Another dicey game, but I pitch my tent with Newcastle. Where do you?
Right now it's not looking good for West Ham, and it's just unfortunate because ever since they lost Declan Rice, they've just been going round in circles. They've been unable to pull themselves together. I just feel like Newcastle is going to. It might even end in a 3-0, 4-0 win for Newcastle.
For Newcastle to win.
Yes.
I like what Newcastle have done because I mean they lost Alexander Isak. You know the drama that came with it. Moving to Liverpool, but there's a guy called Walter Made. He's been doing so well for Newcastle.
Thank you for bringing this up. So this is a conversation we're having on the GCF group chat, and then I was talking about Walter Made. Interesting talent. If it goes well, I think that Newcastle will have another 100 million plus player on their hand. This guy is really talented. He's tall, and for how tall he is, he has no right to be that fast and to be that technical. And so, I think it's a bullseye for Newcastle, having moved from Alexander Isak and then replaced him with almost a player that is probably the same style of play. Everything that Isak has, Waltermad has. And then when I listened to Waltermad talk, and then they asked him some of the players that he liked or he admired in the German team, he mentioned Kai Havertz. And so that gives you a kind of thinking to realize that, okay, this is a player that values hard work and technical ability, because Havertz is really good on that.
Yeah, and I believe he's really good. But do you think Isak made a mistake?
If you asked me this question before Alexander Isak's transfer to Liverpool, I would have told you that Liverpool is the best fit for Alexander Isak. He's the best. I don't, apart from Arsenal, I think any other team he would have gone to is Liverpool. However, I question his decision making, because how do you move from Newcastle, having seen that Liverpool have just bought a baby Isak in Hugo Ekitike, and then you still go ahead and join them, knowing that you and Ekitike play similar style of football. And right now, you know, you don't have that fitness to stay fit and fight for your place. Maybe he has made a mistake. We can't judge now. I think we probably should give him more time, but right now it's not looking good for him. And yeah, I would understand if anybody thinks that he has made a mistake.
All right, let's move to Spain quickly. We'll pick out two clubs there. Well, the two clubs that are the only clubs that can win the league in Spain. Now, after what we saw last weekend, the El Clasico, and for the El Clasico, I don't know, you made a mistake. You said Barcelona all the way, but I mean, you were disappointed. Real Madrid got the job done. With what you saw last weekend, Real Madrid, Barcelona this weekend, for example, Madrid will be playing, I'm trying to get it, they'll be playing Valencia. Your thoughts quickly on those two clubs?
Well, because if I remember correctly, last weekend when we were on the show, I said that the reason I'll be going with Real Madrid to win the El Clasico was because Real Madrid were at home, and I was very happy that they won.
Yeah, thank God you remember, right now, because I was only pulling you.
Yes. Yeah. So I checked the table, and Barcelona are already 5 points behind Real Madrid. That's wild. And then it's just game week 10, game week 11 now. So I think that things cannot continue like this for Barcelona. They need to bounce back. And then it's now beginning to look like they are a one-man team in terms of Lamine Yamal. So if Lamine doesn't turn up, the whole team doesn't turn up. I think they really need to do something about this.
Well, they need to do something about it. We'll be seeing about in 60 seconds. Thank you for your time. But let's stop by in Germany because we have more than enough aviation fuel to get to Germany. It is Bayern, Bayern, Bayern. It's written all over the cup. Bayern Munich in Germany. And this weekend, should we be expecting another stroll in the park for Bayern?
Right now, absolutely. Absolutely. They have the best striker in the world in Harry Kane. All their players are firing. Michael Olise is in really, really good form. And Bayer Leverkusen
and
is
they have a Michael
really
Jackson. Sorry, Michael Jackson, no, Nicholas Jackson, not Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they do.
They are doing really well. Just if I let you go quickly, yes. The coach of the month, you've seen the short list. Why do I believe? I spoke to a friend yesterday and I said, see, Mikel Arteta did well, no doubt. But then do you think if Ruben Amorim should be winning the coach of the month?
First of all, my bias, my superstitious belief would say that it should go to Ruben Amorim, even though Mikel Arteta 100% deserves it. However, if you think about it, I think it is very expected of Mikel Arteta. If you were expecting anything less, then I don't know. But for Ruben Amorim, I think it's been really impressive to bounce back in that manner and to bring Manchester United back and lift them back to where they were. But I think that the award should go to Mikel Arteta.
All right, just as we go, I can put you on the spot. Arsenal Burnley, what's your prediction?
Arsenal Burnley, I would go with a 2-0 victory.
A 2-0 victory?
Yes.
All right, so
for Arsenal, a 2-0 victory.
For Arsenal?
Yes.
All right, so my kidney is saying that Tottenham 5, Chelsea 1. What's your prediction?
That's a long call. I would say for Tottenham Chelsea, I would my guts tell me I think it's a 2-1, 3-1. It's a 2-1 game. It's a 2-1 game.
2-1 in favor of who?
2-1 in favor of Spurs, of Tottenham.
Okay. And finally on the show, Liverpool, yes. Aston Villa. What's your prediction?
Liverpool, Aston Villa, I would go with a 3-1 in favor of Aston Villa.
That's Aston Villa to beat Liverpool at Anfield?
Yes, wow. Yes.
I must say thank you, Oluwarotimi Ogumokun, for being a part of the show this morning. Thank you always for your time. God keep us alive. God spare our lives. We should do this again next week.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joseph.
And happy new month in advance.
Yes, to you too.
All right, thank you once again. All right, that was Oluwarotimi Ogumokun, who joined us live from Lagos. He's a sports analyst based in Lagos. This is how far we can go on the show today. This is how far we can go on the show for the week. We'll be back next week to give you more stories making the headlines in the world of sports. My name is Joseph Atewe, saying good morning and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.